Hey y'all, I am sort of back. I don't even really have a plan. I'm just gonna sit here and talk for a minute. I hope y'all had a really good January. It is now February. I said I was gonna be back in February and I wanna be consistent to my word. I had such a good January for the most part. It was a really cool month. I was very disciplined the first 2 weeks, and I'm trying to get back there. I just got knocked off a little bit. I went to an amazing retreat that, maybe I'll talk about later in another video because I just don't have, the organization in my mind today to break it down. But all in all, it was just so confirming and so awesome to what I feel like this year is going to be for me. So, yeah, I am going to continue to do these videos. But instead of it just being a video where I'm sitting and talking the whole time, it's gonna kind of be a conglomeration. Took you back to earth science, huh? A conglomeration, or whatever. I don't know what the word I'm looking for. It's going to be kind of just a collection of my thoughts from the whole week. You know, I talk in my car, I do talk to myself. But, I have a lot of thoughts to get out when I'm, on my lunch break, in my car, maybe driving, doing my makeup, doing my hair. I have all these thoughts while I'm just doing my life, and I would rather catch them then than just, wait until I'm sitting down and just talking to the camera. That can be a little boring for me, a little awkward, a little, I don't know. And I don't want it to be boring for you guys because I think it's really cool to go along with people in their daily life. So most of the time during the week, I'm just going to snatch up the camera and be like, this is my thoughts. This is what I'm feeling. So I did one of those, and I'm also going to maybe put in some clips from my retreat. I'll kind of talk about that, I guess. I mean, why not? So, the Holy Ghost Party, they're super awesome. They're a young adult small group located in Winston-Salem, and I got hooked up to them through Instagram, and then my friend Paul, who I do young adult small group with here in Fayetteville. Am I supposed to say my location? Whatever. We I don't know, he reached out to them, and then he was like, we should go visit them, and so, me and, some people from my church went to go visit their small group. I don't even want to call it a small group, because it's not small, it's just awesome. So anyways, we went to go visit them last May, and it was awesome, and then me and Paul ended up going to going to hang out at the beach with them, and it was just such an amazing community. I've never experienced anything like them. Everyone is so incredibly affirming and literally Holy Spirit filled and just so oozing of family. And so they decided to have another retreat in January, kind of in the mountains, near the mountains or whatever. And I just thought it was gonna be just us chilling again, maybe going hiking or something, because we kind of just chilled at the beach. It was very go with the flow. But I was pleased to see that they had a freaking schedule. I love schedules. If you don't know me, no. If you know me, you know that I love schedules. So they had a complete itinerary. We were assigned accountability partners. And it was just such a life-changing trip that I just feel blood couldn't make me any closer to that group of people, especially the ones that we went on the retreat, me and Paul. And it's words can't describe. It was just such a cool, affirming time with God, and I just saw so many facets of God through all the people that I interacted with. We ate together, we prayed together, we had breakfast together, we cooked together, and I was whoa, this is so amazing. And I was able to be my full vulnerable self, no makeup, pajamas, crusty self. I try not to be crusty, but I probably was. And I kind of felt like I was at home. I've never been at a place where I felt like I was at home, but I wasn't. I know that sounds so simple, but it really was awesome. So I may throw a few pictures, a few clips I got in there of just us having fun. I didn't really like videotape many serious moments because confidentiality, but so many fun moments. I bonded so well with the girls there, well, the women there. I don't want to say girls because we're not girls, we're women. Okay, I'm being silly. With the girls there, and it was really dope. So yeah, that's my little spiel. I don't know if I'll do a whole separate video on it, but I'm gonna be posting clips, so why not? And also, I wanted to talk, like, I guess this is just a separate topic that I wanted to sit down and talk about today, which is the real reason why I'm in Francis Gamer. Today I low-key had an emotional breakdown. Like, I'm not gonna sit on here and air out everything and ask you guys for advice because that's weird. That's what friends are for. But it's just adulting. Like, it's just like, I don't know. I don't think anybody ever tells you after college how hard it can be. Now, I know for some people it's like easy breezy beautiful cover girl. Like, you get a job straight after, or maybe you go straight into school and then you get a job and it's like, cool. But then for other people like me, maybe you felt like you've been on a journey around a mountain a few times and you're like, so when's this thing gonna stop? And that's how I feel, because I'm just like, yo, what is going on? I mean, I know what's going on, but then I don't know what's going on. That's kind of how God is. Like, you know, you don't know everything. So anyways, even in talking to some of my friends who are also struggling, it is just really hard. It's, I don't know, for me, I'm trying to gather my thoughts. I was thinking about this morning, but I didn't want to get on because I was literally in my pajamas. But I remember being that kid. If you've known me since I was a kid, then you know I was that child who was like the teacher's pet, and I made really good grades and just really lived off and survived off of like affirmation and like being the good girl and like I said, making good grades, like just breezed through school. School is so easy for me for the most part, except for like math and calculus and that. But everything else is just, I was just like breezing through, and I was like, this is the life. Like, this is everything. And then I remember before I went to college, my mom sat me down and was like, life is not always going to be like this. You might get a C. Now, in high school and middle school, like, getting a C was like failing for me. Like, you would have thought that I got expelled or like failed life. And she was like, sometimes you're going to get a C, and it's going to be, like, the best thing that's ever happened to you. She was right. C's do indeed get degrees. Okay, that's all I'll say about that. Not trying to push not doing your best, but I'm just saying, organic chemistry, boy, you better be glad you got a C. Anyways, staying on track. But basically, that's just, like, coming from that mindset as a child, like trying to be the golden child or being the golden child to some of my teachers, that doesn't translate well into adulthood. Because as an adult, I cannot, like, go to the dean of adulthood or go to my professor of adulting and be like, yo, you gonna give me some extra credit? Like, is there anything I can do to pull this grade up? It's not like that. Like, it's really not like that. And granted, I did not, like, wink at any of my professors. I don't know why I just did that. I don't want you guys to think that I winked at my professors. I did not wink at my professors. Like, I genuinely asked for extra credit, but not in that way, okay? Just letting you know. But anyways, I really wish there was someone I could talk to. Like, where is the dean of adulting? And there is none. There is none. And sometimes you just feel like, I don't know what is going on. I'm the girl who is able to be like, okay, let's look at the syllabus, break my grade down. Like, I would calculate my grades at the end of the semester and, like, what I need to do here, what I need to do there. There is nothing that you can do for adulting that will help you calculate what's going to happen. And it's very overwhelming, and sometimes you just sit in your car or you sit in your room and you cry. And you're just like, what? So that's how I felt this morning, is what? Like, you know what you want to do, you know how you want to do it, but the question is, like, when? or like exactly how, like what's the strategy. And if you were like ever AIG or just like an overachiever in school and it always came so easy, I bet you can DM me and we can talk about it. But I bet you it's been a little hard in adulting because there is no measurement. And like there is, I don't know. I mean, unless you compare yourself to other people, which is horrible, there just isn't anything you can do sometimes except like keep putting one step in front of the other. But even that feels like you're moving in place. And so because I was always that girl who tried to be the best and do the best and get all the awards and like be the smartest and everything, it just doesn't it doesn't help me cope as an adult and like not being exactly where I want to be. Yeah, and it just sucks sometimes. And like I have gotten confirmation from God and on some things, and I've been praying, and I've definitely not given up on just making sure I hear from God through all this. But even still, it's still really hard. It's still really hard. It's still really hard to have people come up to you and to still struggle with like, are they proud of me? That's another thing I was thinking about. I feel as if, and it's probably just pressure I put on myself, but I feel as if I'm letting people down. Like, people remember, the girl who always wanted to be a doctor, or the girl who, always made good grades. She got a full scholarship. She did all these things. Barely kept that full scholarship, I will admit. Just grades. Grace of God and grades. But anyways, that's another story. But me feeling like, man, I'm letting them down. Like, I'm the childhood and teenager, adolescent April was so, like, on the right path. And when I hit college, I felt like I started spinning, like, and so that's really, I don't know, that's really scary. And I know that I'm being way too hard on myself, and that I can't let the pressures of other people or even the perceived pressures from other people get to me. But it's true where, I see people who have known me my whole life and they're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I don't know. What are you doing? Can we just talk about what we're doing? Because I don't know, So it's hard because you are like, man, I hope I'm just not letting them down. I still am straight A April or honor roll April in my head. So, but please don't judge me because I'm in like a weird place and I'm almost 26 and like still haven't figured it out yet. But I can say it's gotten better. Like I'm more comfortable with not having it figured out, and I would much rather just want my life than a life that I think I want, which is what happened with this whole doctor thing. So I'm very peaceful in the fact that I'm working towards something that I actually want to do, which I will get into that later, but right now I'm still in that process, so I don't really want to say too much. But I'm so excited about that future. Like I'm just kind of figuring out how to get there now, and it's okay if it takes time. So yeah, so expect, like even with this video, I'm transitioning, you guys. Sometimes I transition in my head before I transition, like bleh, and then I confuse people. Try not to do that here. But just wrapping this thing up, when it comes to my videos, you're gonna see like a lot of different videos. I might be in my car, I might be like on my lunch break, I might be like walking into Target, because low-key, I don't know, that just seems like a cool time to talk to you guys and let you hear all the little crying babies and stuff that you hear in Target. I don't know why I said that, but whatever. Anyways, it just may be some really random stuff blurt together because I don't want to just do a bunch of videos with me sitting and talking and that's it. Like, that can get boring. So, that's all. Thank you for sticking around, and I would love to hear from you guys about life. How are you doing adulting? How are you doing when people ask you questions and they're like, so, or, assume that you're going back to school right away. Like, how do you answer those questions? I would love to know. I think I've gotten it down because I've learned that people just want to start a conversation. So just talk to them. Be like, girl, I don't know what I'm doing. Do you know what you're doing? And then maybe it can become a huge conversation about how we don't know what we're doing. I mean, hey. So I just feel like being honest and knowing that people they're not coming for your neck, but they're like just trying to start conversation. Anyways, I'm trying to end this, so I will talk to y'all later, and I hope you have a great day. I don't know when I'm gonna post this, but whether it's Sunday or Saturday night or Monday, hope you're having a great day, and I shall talk to you later. Your glory, God, is what our hearts long for, to be overcome by your presence, Lord.
Fool, getting money with my crew. Yeah, we gonna do the do. Yeah, Christian with the fool. Yeah, he got what you. Oh. Sports with the fam. She handing out the free cuts. Boy, you got it.
Sisters, we stand together. We make up one big family, though we don't look the same. Our spots are different, different colors. Make each other stronger. That ain't never gonna change. Believe in sisters. We're cheetah girls, cheetah sisters. Sorry, you guys, I look a hot mess. But I was just thinking, and one of the things I'm like uprooting out of me is like finding my value in whether somebody wants me or not. I think like subliminally even in church, sometimes through the media or just like socially, women are taught to believe like you're given more value if you're with somebody, if you have a boyfriend, if you're married. That's one of the first questions people will ask sometimes, like, oh, do you have a boyfriend? Are you married? Like, and so then even growing up with little girls, we kind of are thinking to those moments and be like, oh man, then really I'll be validated. Then like I will feel 100% loved. But I'm realizing that that's not where my value lies. My value doesn't lie in whether somebody dates me or thinks I'm pretty or chooses me. Like my value doesn't lie in that. It lies in who I am as a person, who God made me to be. And I think that's a huge goal this year, is to just really not be so fixated on that to give me value. Because I think that's something that that I've struggled with. Even subconsciously, you're kind of always searching for that person to validate you or to give you value, and that is just not how I want to live my life. So just some thoughts, and